Jacolyns orchids, and today I'm going to show you how to repot your orchid. Now I got this orchid for Mother's Day and it looks perfectly fine. It's beautiful, but I usually put it right here by my sink when I get a new one so that I can keep my eye on it. And I noticed a funny smell. So I picked it out and it looked like it had all new bark. The bark seemed fine, but then here it just smells. The roots don't look healthy. It's been no air. They're an air plant. They like air. It's been in this pot, inside another pot. And so was it getting air? No. I don't know how it was living before I got it, but we're going to fix this right now. I've had this problem with other ones, and the first thing you want to do is just pick all this stuff out of here. Now some people say don't repot it when it's in bloom. I've done it before. Oh, it's just stinky. It's all wet, it's compacted, and the roots are starting to not be very happy, that's for sure. So what you do is check your orchid when you get it and make sure that this isn't happening. They're an air plant. They don't want to be all compacted in this. It smells. I don't know how long it's been like this. But what you're gonna do is pick all this stuff out. I'm trying not to, I don't see too much in the way of dead roots. I'd probably clip them off, and I don't want to shock it too much. But we're going to take all this out. I'm going to rinse it under running water. Make sure it's clean. There we go. Get everything out of it. It's a messy thing. I left the drains in my sink so that it wouldn't all go down. Now there is a couple yucky ones. I'm just going to pull them off. I don't want that in there. I'm leaving the stem in, the metal in that's holding the stem. And anything that doesn't look too good. Now, see this root here, it's all cut off at the top. I'm just going to pick it off right there. See what else we got here. So as you can see, we're getting all the stuff out. Mainly, you know, I like to make sure that it can breathe. I think they just dumped a bunch of mulch over it for sale. But okay, now you can see this is all fairly clean. Oh, there's a bad one. I got my pruners here. A pair of scissors. These are ones I just use for this purpose. And I wipe them down with alcohol. That's what I do. Okay, I think that looks better. What else is, here's another one. It's just broke right off. We'll take that too. So when you've washed it all out and you got all the stuff, then you can just set it in your sink for a minute. It's going to be happy. So over here, what I have, I've used Orchid mix. I'm not trying to sell it, but I think I picked it up at Canadian Tire. This is what I use. It's what I've used for all of mine. And I took it because it's quite dry and powdery, and I soak it in water and I put a little bit of, it's actually just all-purpose Schultz liquid plant food. So I put a little bit of that in there and I've soaked it so that when it goes in the pot, it's moist, the roots will be happier. So, ooh, I gotta run and get my pot. Hold on. That was good. I'll be right back. Okay. You get a good look at what everything I do is pretty simple. I'm your average orchid person. These are all the orchids I have. They're like children after 3 years or more. This pot, I lucked out. I picked it up at a garage sale for $3. They didn't want it anymore. I sure did. It matches one of my other ones in the living room, which is still in full bloom. I should actually bring it in and show you. Now, this one here has been blooming since December. And as you can see, it's still doing very well. This one was repotted in a similar pot to this one that I'm using. And the others are in recycled paint cans. My husband took the handles off. They still look good, but lots of holes, lots of air. So the next step is to take your new pot, and I just kind of rinse it out a bit, and take a bunch of your soaked plant stuff, water and all. The water will drain out. Now, I've half filled it, and I want to just, that's why I do this at the sink. I've half filled it, and we'll just see how it sits in there. I might add some more. So I'm going to take this, poor little things, they'll be happy when they, yeah, I think that's right. So then I want it to sit about like this. Any roots that are out in the air, I want to remain to be out in the air. These other roots will absorb moisture, and I think they'll be fine. I'll have to get back to you because I'll be able to show you a picture if I shocked it too much. But I think being in that mess was more of a shock than anything. So this is how simple it is. It's been washed. Any yucky ones have been taken off. I don't use the dry. I like to moist this down because now I don't have to worry about watering it. It's going to get more air than it was getting, that's for sure. The little stem that holds the flower is good. Okay, now we need a little more. So I have some more in here. Now you can see how simple that was. And the good thing about these orchids is my family, my dad, very allergic. Mom could never have flowers in the house. Well, these don't have any scent. My brother has allergies, and other members of the family have allergies. My daughter's husband has allergies. Guess what? These can all be in full bloom. Doesn't bother them. Now look at that. Now, it looks more presentable. And there it is, repotted. How beautiful is that? There. Now, I'm going to quickly show you, put that one over there. Most of the time when I'm watering, I just go out with a jug. I think my jug's right here. Yep, one of these, and I'll probably fill it twice because they're living out in the patio for the summer, and I'll just dump. Maybe I'll put a little fertilizer in. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I use this all-purpose one. It's 10-15-10. Seems to be working for me. I use it for my other plants. And I do use this Miracle Grow on the leaves and roots, aerial roots. I really like it. Simple to use on a day. Just walk around and do them. And I use the watered down alcohol and a cleaning pad to get any bugs I might see. So now, a quick demonstration of how quick and easy it is. I have an upside down pot in the sink over another pot so that they're the roots aren't getting squashed. I can see what I'm doing. And I say, okay, this is the orchid that was flowering in November. It has a keiki here, still coming good. And it had another baby keiki, a basil keiki coming also. So it looks healthy. I see no bugs. It is healthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my water on warm. And I'm just going to take my sprayer and I'm going to give it a good bath. It's going to be sunny later today, about time after all that rain. And I'm just going to let that really run through. Like this. It's all running through. There's holes in the bottom of this pot. This is one of the recycled paint cans. There's holes in the bottom. There's holes in the side. The roots actually come out. I let them. And they come through the holes. They get air. And so, as you can see, it got really wet. I'll just put it on my kitchen counter. I probably won't touch this again for 2 weeks. Unless I walk around spraying it, which I do like to do. And where's my little one? That one. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. This baby's been flowering since November. And I don't rush to take these leaves off. It's a little yellow and I keep my eye on it, and when it's ready to pull off, I pull it off. I don't go looking to do it. And this is it. So, you know, just for the average person that's going to have a few orchids, all you have to do is bring them into your sink, water them down. They think they're getting a nice torrential storm as they're living hanging from trees in the woods. This one has lots of air vents. It has a bottom one and it's smaller, so it's happy. These were flowering since November and they're still getting flowers. Now the purple, this phalaenopsis, this has been flowering since November. I keep it in my living room. It gets a little bit of light from the side window. It's all it needs. It's happy. Of course, in the winter, I move them to the garden windows where they get light, but it's not hot. It's a nice bright light. They stay there all winter. So if you have a windowsill, even for the winter, if it's west facing, that's okay. That's where I put them in the winter. But in the summer, I back them off so that in the living room, this one just sits backed off from the window. It gets light that reflects. And I'm not doing anything extraordinary special. And you can do this too. But do not leave them in those pots, because I've had plastic pots with slits down the side. And what happens is they're clear, but they have splits down here. The roots go out, they get squished, they get cut off. It's a heck of a lot better than this one though, which had no air to get to it. And I don't even know if I want to keep that. They did have dry mulch in there, but whew, smell. Okay, we watered everybody. We got one more to water, and I'll get that after. I hope that you've learned something, and it's not hard. You can do this, and you'll be glad you did. Thank you.